Hi everyone, Thomas here, and today I'm back with another speed build, and I'm going to be making a autumn style cottage today. Now, I haven't made a cottage of this type of style before. This is something that I put in Windenburg because I thought like the old traditional style of furniture and style of the house fits in really nicely to this area of Windenburg. Not only is this a autumn cottage just speed build, it's actually part of the SimsAmino Festival 2016 week, which starts from today. At least I think I'm uploading this on the day 25th of September until the 1st of November, and it's basically a week to just celebrate the SimsAmino app being positive and everything like that. This was actually created by 3 people, not the house, but the this week by the Toxic Turkey, Lily Love Sims, and Paris. Those are their 3 names on the SimsAmino app. If you don't know what the SimsAmino app is, it's basically kind of like a social network for people who love The Sims. So you can go on there, go into public chats, post posts about your Sims or your house builds or anything, talk about videos, other YouTubers that you like, just anything to do with The Sims you can post on there. You can go over to my username, which is just Thomas, just search for that and you'll find my page. I post about new videos that are going live. I also talk to loads of people. If you want to collab with me as well, that's also the best place to try and contact me. I'm always on there, like literally every single day, all day. So you can contact me on there if you'd like to do a collab of any sort. So yeah, I'm just going to talk you through the house. Like they wanted the challenge to be kind of like autumn and festive sort of theme. So that's what I'm doing with this. I do change the colours and things throughout this whole house. I might have decided on something and then I realise I'm not too fond of that. It was really hard actually to try and make it like an autumn house. I know there is the autumn mod which I could have used in the background, but I didn't do that for today. I also use a lot of those like ivory, I think it's called, up the sides of the house, and I thought the colour I used there was kind of resembles autumn a little bit, so I used that. There's a lot of landscape, and I really focused on my landscaping this time. A lot of the time I just put a load of random plants down things, but today I tried to like actually focus on what I was putting down, make sure like the clumps, oh my god, of plants I'm putting together match together, so I'm not just using a range of different colours and kind of sticking to 2 or 3 different colours, if you know what I mean, so it looks all nice blended in together. So I put those little plant pots underneath the window, and I think I did that for every single window. I'd used 2 different window sizes. On the main front of the house there was the bigger ones, the 3 together, and then everywhere else mainly is just those slightly smaller ones. So it is a really nice area of Windenburg. As you can see, I was having a bit of trouble with my camera here. I was going to cut this out, but I didn't. It just kept zooming out and I couldn't zoom back in. I don't know what happened. You might have seen that just then. So like I was saying, it's a nice area of Windenburg. It's in the like older traditional more style area of Windenburg, and I think it looks really nice there. Fits in really nicely to the surroundings. It's going to be the perfect place for a sim to live. It's only 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and there's kind of like an open living, dining, kitchen space. As you can see, I put the mailbox right there, which is kind of like an awkward place, but I do change that towards the end. If you see something that doesn't look quite right, then most likely I did change it because it took me a while to like actually focus on everything. There were some things I did off camera which I kind of forgot to include, so you might see like things jumping around from the screenshots and things. Anyway, so this is kind of like a pond that I put in the front. I wasn't actually going to put this in. I kind of finished with the main garden area at the front, and I was like, well, there's a massive big space here. I was just going to put like different types of terrain paints down to make like an interesting colour, but that didn't really feel like enough. It was still a bit empty, so I added in a little pond there, put a couple of plants around it and rocks and things like that, put a couple of sprinklers in there, as well as like a main little frog centerpiece there in it as well. And now I'm just going on to the interior. Now you might see that this video is kind of jumpy and might jump from one room to another. One reason is because I kind of do that a lot in my builds. As you can see, I did all the front garden mostly, then start on the inside, and then at the end I did the back garden, and then I might start a little bit on the living room and then decide to go into the bathroom or something, so it is a little bit random. As you can see, I'm putting those lights down randomly as well. It was just so I could see. It is kind of like a small cozy house, so it is going to be a little bit more darker than usual. I had to stay away from those, those circle lights that I have right there. At the end I did go back and change them. Well, you would have seen that in the actual little machinima intro I did. It was just a little simple intro there just to give you a little idea about the house. Also have some screenshots at the end as well. I didn't include the bathroom in that the front really at the start because I just didn't really think it was big enough to include in that little thing, so there's a picture of it at the end as well. This is the kitchen. Now I was kind of limited on what I could do with the kitchen. There wasn't really a whole lot of counters that resembled that traditional cottage style. This is kind of the only one that I thought fit really nicely. I tried to keep everything in like those orangey and neutral colours. As you can see, the living room was mostly plain, not plain, oh my god, neutral colours. I also put, as you can see on the outside, there's those kind of like beams that go down the side. I actually put those inside as well, not everywhere like as frequent as those are on the outside, but I did put a couple inside, which you might see towards the end actually, and I just thought that looked really, really nice. It just added that little extra detail, kind of added that extra little bit of cottage feel to it as well. I wanted to make this really, really cozy, so I added in a fireplace here as well. To begin with, I wasn't going to put a TV there, but then at the end I was like, well, it's kind of getting a little bit into more modern times, so I would expect like a TV to be in there somewhere. Originally I just thought I'd put one in the bedroom and that'll be it, but I actually do have one in the bedroom and one in here. Overall, I think this house came to about just over 70,000 simoleons, which I was really surprised with actually. I thought it'd be way more. Probably because it's one of the smallest lots in the game, and there wasn't really a whole lot of electronics in there as well. Originally, as you can see there, I was just going to put a couple of armchairs in there, but you know, it just didn't really feel right, so I added in another couch, which you'll see in just a couple of minutes here, and then just one of those simple lamps as well, just to lighten up the room a little bit. I did use a lot of those circle rugs in my previous builds, but for this one I tried to stay away from them a little bit more. I tried to be quite variant in what rugs I was using, because I seem to stick to just the same ones every single time. There was the hipster couch, I think that's what it's called, which is actually locked, and I was going to use that, and I thought, well, I couldn't be bothered really, just couldn't find the cheat for it. But there was this other one, which meant that the armchair and the sofa colours are slightly different, but I think that's okay. And I've also got just a normal coffee table in the middle there with a little plant on, and of course I'm saving just to make sure, because I just don't want to risk losing anything. Also, let me know if you like to have grid lines on when you're building. Personally, I don't. As you can see, just came on there because once you save and you go back, it actually puts the grid lines back on. If you don't know how to turn grid lines off, it's just you press G. It just makes it really, really easier to see what I'm doing. I think the grid lines get in the way a little bit. So as you can see there, which I didn't mention, I'm putting those beams in, have a dining room table there, which I do adjust a couple of times. I did put a like back door garden, no, really, oh my god, a door to the back garden there, so I had to move the position of the table a little bit towards the end. And then I also wanted to put like a brick wall type of thing, like a feature wall type of thing next to that fireplace. I thought that like the fireplace is kind of like the main feature, so I wanted to make that stand out even more. And again, I'm just going around with these beams again. Also, I didn't point out that at the beginning in the intro, you might have seen that all the curtains were blue, which is an annoying lighting glitch that I get every single time. As you can see, I'm putting those curtains down in the colour I want. I did change the colour slightly actually throughout the build, but there were the colours I was thinking of, and then at the end they go all blue, which is so annoying. So I know underneath it's not actually like that, but on camera you might be thinking like, what on earth has he just done that doesn't go together with the other colours? But you know, underneath it is like that. So I think, yes, I did actually change the colour of the walls there. Those ones which have like the trims on the top and bottom, I didn't really think, I think these look a little bit too modern, so I wanted to make it a little bit more traditional, more older type of feeling to it, so I did change that. And then in the bathroom, which I really like, there's kind of like a extension bit on the bathroom there, which I put two counters in. I really liked how that looked, and I also put a sink in there as well, of course, and a bath. I really liked the bath because it was kind of like a more traditional style one, and it fit really nicely into this bathroom. Try to keep everything more autumny colours. As you can see, a lot of things in this house are orange and brown. That's the main colours in this house. So yeah, we're kind of, how long have we got left in this build? I'm just going to check my timeline here. It's a 15-minute build actually. This took me about, well, I got about over 2 hours of recording, which is kind of a long time for a house this size actually, but I wanted to take my time on this to make sure I was doing it right, because it is for the SimsAmino app, but how did I pronounce it? I don't even know. This is for the SimsAmino app, which I really love, so I wanted to make sure I was putting a lot of effort into this. And yeah, so we're on to the bedroom now, and as you can see there, I put randomly one of those dividers in. I was going through the items before and I just saw that and I was like, that would fit nicely into the bedroom, I think, so I just put it in the bedroom there so I didn't forget about it, and then I changed the position of it later on. And as you'll see in a couple of minutes, if I did include this in the recording, I don't think I did actually, the two beams on the the right hand side of the room where the divider is, it kept changing the colours of the beams because of the lighting. I don't know why, it was just really annoying. Also, as you can see, those lamps I'm putting on the walls are actually really high. I didn't really think about it until I went to make that machinima intro style thing, and I realised they are really high enough. As you can see there, when I'm going in this view you can see it, but I didn't really think about it just then. I'll try to put a chandelier in somewhere in the house, but it was just really, really hard because the walls were too small. At the beginning, I don't know if I included this in the recording, but I actually did try various different wall heights, but none of them seemed to work apart from the smaller one. So now we're on to the back garden. I did have a bit of trouble with this actually. It kept. I don't know if I included this in the recording actually, but it kept like making it into a separate room when I kept making the fence like all one room. I can't even explain it. Oh my god. Hopefully you know what I mean. When I put the attach the fence to the walls, that's what I should have said. It put like a concrete floor down, which was so annoying. So I had to go back into just a normal flooring section and get the grass and put it in. But it didn't look too right, so I just had to not make the fence touch the other wall so it wouldn't class as one room sort of thing. So yeah, that took way too long to explain, didn't it? I couldn't really think what I was saying there. So yeah, now I'm putting in just decorations and things. It took me a little bit of a while to try and figure out what I was going to do. I had a table in there, but I did change the position of that, which you'll see a little bit later. And if you see the beginning, of course, you're seeing that. And I put like kind of like a table for two there with a little coffee sort of table thing. I really like how that looked. I did use quite a few rugs in this build as well. I should have mentioned this earlier. Well, I kind of did actually. And it was I think a lot of the rugs are more traditional style. There isn't really a whole lot of modern rugs, but Get Together actually came with both modern ones and traditional ones, which was great. I also added in one of those little wind chimes from Backyard Stuff Pack. And then I added in kind of like a little pond things there, which I really liked. There is two ponds in this house. Well, kind of like a pond thing. It's really small ponds. And it also got some like wood there in the back garden. It's like kind of like a storage thing for it. Just because of the fireplace, I thought it was kind of fitting for that. And that's pretty much it. So we've got like a couple of minutes left on this build, but I'm just going to leave you with the voiceover because with the video because I feel like I'm repeating myself too much now. So I'm just going to end the video now. Like I said, you can go over to the SimsAmino app, search for the name Thomas, and you can go over to my SimsAmino page. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, please make sure you leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye!